All right, now it's time to talk about Clash of the Cooks. Time to welcome into studio Jeremy Cuvion and Trey Nelson. Fellas, welcome. How are you?
Hey, how are you doing?
Doing good, doing good. Jeremy, welcome
We're
aboard.
doing great. Thanks for having us on.
No, glad to have. Well, first of all, thanks for having me out this weekend because we're gonna throw down some jambalaya over the weekend. Tell me all about Clash of the Cooks.
We are excited, and I'm just going to give you a little personal advice. I have done the judging, and you're going to want to maybe do a fasting Friday because it's going to be tough to eat that much jambalaya. But we got that for the whole community. People could come out on Saturday. This is a great event. It's going to be held out at Oshner at the Grove. Trey, you want to tell us a little bit about the facility and what we're doing out there?
Yeah, definitely. We're super happy to have Clash of the Cooks back out at the Grove facility. I know back in 2019, the organization came out and hosted it at the Grove for the first time, but it had taken place a few years before that. And it's just great. Like, it's good use of the space. We're also able to, really get our teams involved, and it's just a fun family outing on the weekend.
All right, let's back up. What is Clash of the Cooks? What can folks expect when they get there?
So what we've done is we have started the premier jambalaya cook-off of the Baton Rouge area. These guys come out, and it's really to see who can throw down the best. But the best part of this is that all of the proceeds and every penny that we bring in for this event goes to families battling cancer. And since 2017, we've been able to raise almost $100,000 for 16 local families. And so our beneficiaries really benefit from this. The entire team that's been putting this on, that's been organizing this, aside from the Oshner team, are volunteers. And so these guys have been spending a lot of time, and girls, been spending a lot of time putting this together for the teams. We don't have any full-time employees, so every penny that we make and every penny that we get from title sponsorships, other sponsorships, everything goes to the families. And so that's something that we're really proud of, that we're not taking anything off the top here. When you buy a ticket, when you donate any money, all of it, 100% of it is going to the families.
So the rundown will be 11 o'clock. The event opens up to the public, and the judging goes on. So we're eating jambalaya, and we're eating early. The band will be performing, and then the People's Choice voting will end an hour and a half later, and then by about 2:30, I guess all the winners will be announced?
11 to 2, that's really the party time. The way that this crew started was originally it was a tailgating crew. So they're really experienced with putting on a good show, having a great time, getting people out there, rain or shine. This is going to happen. 11 o'clock, the event opens up. I want to tell you about the tickets. You could get the Bite and Brew ticket, which means all the jambalaya you can sample. You go around and try it for every team. We actually have the People's Choice, so you get to vote for your favorite. And then you're going to get a wristband that gives you 4 free beers. All of that beer, by the way, has been donated by Crescent Crown Distributing. So we're going to have craft beer out there, Parish Brewing, Bayou Teche, Gnarly Barley beer. And you're going to get 4 with that Bite and Brew. If that's not for you, if the beer's not for you, you can just come in with the bites and get the $15 all-you-can-eat jambalaya. And then your kids, 10 and under, are free. They get in free.
The Clash of the Cooks Jambalaya Showdown coming up this Saturday. Where do folks need to go to get the tickets?
ClashoftheCooks.com has all the information. There's lots of great material there. You can read about our beneficiary this year, Maria Yiannopoulos. She's actually an Oshner patient, so it's really good for us to have Oshner patients that we're raising money for. That's not always a requirement. Right. Luckily, we were able to meet up with Maria, and she has been singing the praises of Oshner and her doctors and her team, her care team there at Oshner. She cannot say enough good things about them. So we're happy that she's connected with Oshner and with Clash of the Cooks this year.
Trey, let's talk about Oshner's role in this. Obviously, aside from hosting, how active are y'all within this? I mean, is it just kind of hands off and let them do their thing, or do y'all get in there and do more than just eat jambalaya?
Well, one, definitely, we're going to have a team cooking off out there, too. So we're going to be representing the Big O out on the jambalaya field this weekend. And, in the past, like, we've been involved and we participated and we sponsored the event. And then, we came out of kind of the surges of the pandemic and we said, hey, I know it's quick, but we got to make sure we make this happen. This is a very important event to our community. Jeremy Martin and his team over at Clash of the Cooks have put a lot of work in here to make sure that, we're raising these funds to donate back to local families for cancer support. So we knew we needed to make sure it happened, and everyone jumped on board, and we're really excited that it's going to be coming down.
close to $100,000 raised, and you said, Jeremy, I believe you said 16 families. Hey, put into perspective how quickly that money goes, because it
Well, and
it will always be an uphill battle.
I can
there will
speak
always
to
be
it
a
as
need.
as the first beneficiary. In 2017, I was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, and so my group of friends were this tailgating crew who put this together, and I was resistant, and a lot of people are resistant to accept that help. But man, when those bills start coming in, they come in hot. And it's nice to have a little help from the community. And on that note, I do want to talk a little bit about our sponsors. We've got some
Please.
great local community organizations and businesses who are giving a lot to make this happen. Obviously, Oshner as our title sponsor. I want to talk about Veluzo Companies, who has donated a lot to us at a lot of time. Try 21 Roofing and Construction. That's a new sponsor for us. They're doing great things out there. Chef Jeremy Coco. Now, a lot of what we receive other than the financial donations are the in-kind. So we've got Rebel Graphics doing our T-shirts. We've got, or I'm sorry, Bengals and Bandits doing our T-shirts. Rebel Graphics doing our stands, our signage. Fresh Junkie Racing donates and lets us borrow a lot of their infrastructure, things like the A-frames and things like that. Ace Waste is out there. Just John's. You know, there's a lot of infrastructure things that we need that if we had to pay for, it would eat out of that budget to give to the families. And all of these companies out there are just giving us this advertising. Guarantee Media, Lamar, if you see the billboards out there, I want you to know the billboards, those are donated. So all of that money that we would have spent on this advertising, on Guarantee Media, on the Crawfish app, on Lamar, all of that money is saved and put in our pocket to go directly to the beneficiary. So we're really excited to be partnered up with all of these sponsors.
Bragging rights for the winners. How big does this get? Because I know from time to time, jambalaya cook-offs can get to some trash talking.
I think that we've all had bad jambalaya. I think that we've all had great jambalaya. And I'll tell you, the best jambalaya I've ever had is out at this event. And it gets to the point where...
I mean, United Way might have something to say here, yeah.
It is difficult to pick the best, but sometimes you just know. And, tips for those cooking teams out there, I'll tell you this. The ones that usually win are the ones who can do the classic, the basic, but the best. The perfectly cooked, the perfectly seasoned.
Right.
Those are the ones that are usually going to be the top.
Yeah, you don't have to get crazy with it. Like, we all like jambalaya down here.
I don't want to stifle your creativity, but we do have some other ways where you can let your creativity shine.
Like what?
With the lanyap category, that's going to be a lot of times people get out there, they're cooking jambalaya. They want to do something else. They want to grill up some extra snacks. We've had the fried, the egg rolls and things like that. So and then the Fay Dodo award is just whoever's got the best party out there. You got the best music. You got the best. We've had people bring out trains for the kids to ride, cotton candy machines, snowball machines. So it's just going to be a good time out there to see what kind of party people can throw on their own.
Okay, I will say this. Those side snacks, that's the way to grease the judges.
Yeah.
Although it's blind, right? Like, I'm not going to know who's I'm eating when.
No, those will be actually at the table.
Okay.
But actually the Oshner crew is going to be judging the lanyap category, so hopefully we'll have some impartial judges there. You're going to be on jambalaya. Trust me, it's going to be enough. You're going to be... But you're absolutely right that the lanyap category greases everybody. Those are where people really get excited about trying new things, getting creative.
Coming up Saturday, 11 to 2, clashofthecooks.com is the website. Guys, thank you all so much for hopping on board for a couple minutes today. I appreciate it.
Thanks so much for having us.
Clashofthecooks.com. Want to see you out there Saturday. It is going to be a great time. We are coming up on 750 at Talk 107.3 FM. Time for us to check your money now. After your money now, we will step outside of East Baton Rouge Parish with a segment we call The Outside In. That's coming up next. Okay.
Thanks, buddy. Here, look, I have a full list. You know what I meant to say?
On your video, you got...
There's me. Paul Cat. Yeah. Yeah, he's a good friend of ours. And he's been a supporter from the beginning. Yeah, I know you know Mike and Brandy really well.
Yeah.
He's been a big supporter from the beginning because we were really close with Mike and Brandy and Mike's sister Kelly. Yeah, We love Paul Cat, and actually his wife has been helping us. Lisa's been helping us a lot with everything, especially finding beneficiaries. She really helps me because that's kind of my role, and she helps me a lot, like hearing about people and connecting us and getting us put together. So yeah. One thing I forgot to say is that on our website, all of our sponsors are listed and they're all live links. So if you want to support that company, you just go to our website and click. And yeah, difference with Fab. Yeah. That's not my role. Jason there. But yeah, everybody's just so generous, man. It just blows me away. Lamar, like, it's just that's my favorite part. Other than handing the check over, my favorite part is seeing who's willing to just throw in, no strings attached, just here.
People want to support. It's the community coming together to support each other for a great event.
So, Our Lady of the Lake is one of the sponsors of my show, so we try not to cross the streams between. And I was like, let me ask permission. And Lady of the Lake was like, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we haven't met, and kudos to Oshner too. We've had a lot of beneficiaries who've been receiving their treatment elsewhere, and that was kind of always one of our conditions. Like, that's not going to be a factor. And Oshner, the same way, was like, dude,
No one wants to stifle cancer care. You know what I mean?
Right.
And we'll support people regardless.
It's like I said, no matter how much, it's always going to be an uphill battle. There's always going to feel like there's an ask.
And we're all working together. Lake General, Mary Bird, Oshner.
So we've had beneficiaries singing the praises of other healthcare networks, and Oshner's like, yeah, great, like more the merrier, basically. The more we can fight this.
If you have me back,
Yeah, man, we're
ready to roll. So
we're excited.
You're the man.
not at all.
It's always a pleasure.
Likewise.
Thanks a lot, man.
Thanks.
All right.